Hi guys, today in this video I'll be doing a book review, and before I go I want to say publicly that I'm not a professional reviewer. Please, I'm not a professional reviewer. I'm not any of that kind of thing. I'm just a user, a reader. Yeah, so I read this book and I really liked it. I felt like, okay, let me talk about it. That's all. Not, so don't expect one professional or standard way of review or anything. No, this is just like a personal thing. Mm, I read these books and I really did enjoy it. Yeah, so that's just it. Yeah, I will like nothing more. So I don't want to have this expectation or say that I'm supposed to like this professional kind of stuff or no. No. I'm just like you. I love books. I read books, even though I don't read it often as I would love to, but yeah, I try to read as many as I can. And this one, I think like, okay, so why not just be doing book reviews on YouTube? Yeah, so it can help people also. If you want to buy a book, you probably like to hear some people talk about it. And this one, these are Nigerian books. Yeah, I like to read Nigerian books than any other book. As a Nigerian, the stories that are being told by this author, I can relate to them because they are Nigerians. The names that I mentioned, the environment, the situation that they talked about, that they written about, those information, those things, I can relate to them. So compared to foreign books that, I'm a proud Nigerian, so I can't really relate to those ones very well. I'm not saying those ones are bad or anything of such. No, of course I read some of those books also, but I prefer to read Nigerian authors. I really like that. And yeah, so that'll be so. I hope you stay to the end of this video and you leave comment you like, and then you subscribe. Yeah, lest I forget, please subscribe on my YouTube video. Yeah, subscribe. That will help my YouTube to grow. I know it will help me to reach more people and then help more people to help more people in their decision of buying books. You get this. So thank you. So yeah, this is the book that is nearly all the men in Lagos are mad. Nearly all the men in Lagos are mad. I really like this book. I enjoyed it, and so this book is a collection of short stories. I really like short stories. Honestly, I like short stories because they are short as the name implies. Short stories. They are stories that are short. You can easily read them, and you get what the author is saying or the story entirely you without you taking time reading. So I really like short stories a lot. I read a lot of short stories more. I prefer to read short stories than long books. I read long stories too, but I like short stories. Yeah. So this is men in Lagos. Nearly all the men in Lagos are mad, and they are a collection of short stories. They contain about 12 stories, wonderful stories that are interesting. Yeah, the first one, the cock up, the gigolo from Isaleko, the anointed wife, international relations, or the post complex, the lover's vendetta, then first times, the catfish, the sideline, the beard gang, I knew you, and Independence Day. So these are the stories that you find in this book, and they are really nice. I enjoyed them reading them, and yeah. I really did enjoy it. I think I should talk about each of these stories, right? I think you like that, yeah. Then talk about each of these stories and what I like about them. Yeah. So let's go. Let's continue. So the first of the story in the book is called the Up. Cock up is the title of the story, and this story is really interesting because it talked about how a man or how some men, yeah, let me say some men are hypocrites. Yeah, it's the hypocrisy for me. It's the hypocrisy the story for me because this guy, what's his name? The husband, um, uh, he threatened and manipulated his wife to sleep with a rich man. Hmm? Can you imagine? He threatened and manipulated his wife to sleep with a rich man. So after his wife accepted to sleep with that rich man for the financial gain of the family, after coming back from doing that because the husband was the one that threatened and manipulated her to do it too, It wasn't as if she wanted to do it, but the husband manipulated her to do it. Hmm? Then she got back from doing that, then the money that came from that, it was used to better the life of the family, to get a new apartment for the family, to do all of those things that were important. Only for the husband to turn back to begin to to begin by himself to begin to maltreat the wife. Can you imagine? Can you believe that? To begin to maltreat the wife. After the wife did what you asked her to do, now the man threatened and maltreated the wife to the point of what of doubting the paternity of their only child, Kinton. You know, just because the wife acts, obeyed to do what the husband asks her to do, then the husband turned back to begin to accuse his wife of infidelity, to the point of saying that their only child, Kinton, who is 6 years old, is not his child. And as you expect, that really made the wife got angry, really, really got angry to the point that she woke up one evening and threatened to cut off the man's penis, which, as you imagine, caused the man to call his family, and then they have his family. So you really need to. The story is really interesting. It's very interesting the way I'm saying it, because it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's a bad thing. How can you ask your wife to do something? She did it for you and the family, and you can turn back to start talking about the wife, start maltreating her, and to the point where you begin to accuse her of infidelity, and then say and doubt the paternity of the child. The child at 6 years, and what happened just happened about, let's say, few months back. No, about 2-3 months back. The Gigolo from Mr. Leoko. That's the second story in the book. The Gigolo from Mr. Leoko. So I really, this story is fun and is interesting, particularly because of the style. I find the style that the writer used in this story very interesting because the writer used only one character to tell the story. Now, it seems as if the character was talking to a lady, but only the character was the only one talking in all the story. So I like that style a lot. Yeah, I find this style fascinating. So I liked it. I like that style of telling the story. In the story, you notice that the guy was talking to somebody, but the person wasn't actually saying anything. You won't hear what the person is saying, but from the storyteller's response, you get what the person is saying. So I like that for the story. So the story is about Iggy from Mr. Leoko, who likes to exploit women with marriage. He doesn't really care much. Doesn't really care about anybody. He's selfish. All he wants is just to exploit women with marriage. He finds women that are rich, that are wealthy, and then exploit them with marriage, get married to them, and after a while, divorces them, and they get a whole lot of money. They exploit them with their influence and their resources and all those things. So he was, this guy is even desperate to the point that he would change religion just to get a lady married to him. So yeah, you really enjoy this story also. This story is also about Seni. Seni is also a friend to Iggy and the storyteller. So these three were actually friends, and you in the story you will find you read about what happened to their friendship. How Iggy's behavior affected their relationship. And also how Seni also got involved, or the story about his own life also in the story. So you look out for this story. This story is actually interesting. I like it. Anointed Wife is the third story on this in this book, The Anointed Wife. Yeah, and this story, I have mixed feeling about this story because of how the content of the story. So it's about a pastor's wife who is trying to do everything to protect the image of his wife, knowing fully well that, who is trying to do everything to salvage the image of her husband, the pastor, knowing fully well that her husband is a bad person, is a cheat, having caught her husband many times, yet is still trying to protect the image of the husband. That for me, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Knowing that somebody is a bad person, I try to cover just because you're the wife and because of the gain, that's something I don't subscribe to. But yeah, in a story you find how far the wife is able to go for her husband, what the wife did, and all of those things she did, and it's very interesting story. And the thing is that that this story is common outside, especially in Nigeria, where some influential people had, they do some things and their partners are aware of what they are doing, but because of their reputation and the gain that they benefit from the marriage, they just stay quiet or they try to protect their husband, you know. So I have to say that this is not peculiar to Nigeria alone. This happens all over the world. So it's a thing all over the world. Which people don't want to, don't want to expose themselves, just want to protect themselves, even though when they know that they are doing bad things. So that's the anointed wife, the pastor's wife, trying to salvage the reputation of her husband, who is the pastor, and the image of the church also, because if anything should happen to the pastor, it will affect the church. So yeah, it's a really, really nice story. You really get to see the art of it is to be a pastor's wife. Yeah, so read it and you enjoy it also. I would like to hear your own take on this story. Each of these stories, when you read this, I would like to get your take on each of these stories. I find them very interesting. So, international relations. International relations. Now, this story is hilarious because of one, the title first is funny. When you hear international relations, you would think that it's not like an official stuff, but no, it's not. So this story is about the lady who says she's fed up with Lagos men, or should I say Nigerian men, and she wants to date outside the culture. She wants Oyinbo man living in Lagos. And she went on the quest to get Oyinbo man to date, thinking that Oyinbo men will treat her better. Oyinbo men are different from Lagos men, or should I say Nigerian men, because she had different experiences with Lagos men, and she thought to herself that if she gets an Oyinbo man or a European man, a white man, that it will be different for her, that her experience will be different. The thing being that the white man is different from the black man, or should I say the white man is different from the black man. So yeah, she went on the quest to get an Igbo man from the mainland to the island. She went on different quests, and she came back and saw that whether black or white is man. At the end of the day, it's just man. It's man. So it's an interesting story that you have to really. I want to hear your take on this one also. It's funny how people tend to say, it's a black man. If I marry a white man, it will be different. If I marry a black man, it will be different. But it's just, you see, there's really nothing about race or color, tribe or something. It's just people, individual people. They are good person in each tribe, and they are bad person in each tribe. They are good person in each race. They are bad person. Sorry. Let me track that back. My English was bad. There are good people in every tribe, and there are bad people in every tribe. There are good people in every religion. There are bad people in every religion. It's not really about your tribe, your race, or your religion. It's about your person. Are you a good person? So in the story, you'll find out how this Lagos babe tried to get an European man is. You'll find if she was successful, if she was not. And how do you take on that? What's your take on that? How people say they want to marry outside their tribe or race, or because they've seen a lot or something. I'll get your take on that. Yeah. So before we go on, please, a quick reminder: subscribe, like, comment, and then share also. Share to your friends that would like to read this book. Like I said, the book is nice. Share to your friends also, so that your friend can know what to expect or what to look forward to in the movie. Or the post complex. Yeah, I don't understand what the title is, but I like the story. The story is a love story, and as a sucker for love and romance, it got me emotional at the time, at the point during the book, as I was reading the book, and finding two people who love and respect each other in this time in Lagos is not something that easy. So when you find that, and then after finding such, only to find out that these two are not staying together, because of uh, family and societal expectations, the two of them had to go their separate ways. It got me, emotional. I really like the story. I like how they met. I like how the couple met. How and how their relationship evolved. You get what I'm saying? How their relationship evolved. With passion and romance, all of those. So it's yeah. I This story is one of my favorite stories, but I do not like that. I like happy endings a lot. I'm a romantic person. I like for relationship, for love stories to have happy ending, but unfortunately, this story doesn't have happy ending, and I do not like that. I don't like that. Yeah, yeah, I don't like that. But then that's the story. Is the story is a love between two passionate guys, and male and female. Sorry, when I say guys, I mean male and female. Yeah, but at the beginning, it seems that this couple, this couple is a match made from heaven, and that they will together overcome challenges and situations. But it feels like together they could not overcome the situation. But yeah, I look forward to hear your take on the story in the comment section. You can put your comment and like to hear what you think about the story. Hmm? Or probably you agree to why they split up. If you agree, of course, me personally, I do not agree to why they split up. But if you agree to, I want to hear your own take on the story. This story especially, I want to hear what you think about it, and if you agree to their separation, or if you think that they could have together fight the challenge, as I think that they could have, together they could have done that. But I want to hear your own take on it. Yeah, I want to hear your take on it. That's like 12 stories. So that the sixth one, it's called A Lover's Vendetta. And this story is between two two people, Dele and Orode. So after they met, the two of them found out that look like they share something in common, which is that the two of them are both orphans. They lost their parents like while they were young. So that kind of brought them together. If you understand what I'm saying, this like people that knowing that they share something in common. So that brought them together, and they kicked their relation. They started their relation that way. Now, this relationship is a love. As I've said, I'm a sucker for love, and it was going smoothly. It was going smoothly until Dele moved mad. Yeah, moved mad, and it ended. The relationship ended badly. Yeah, after the woman gave herself to the relationship, she gave herself completely to the relationship, only for Dele to stab her at her back and left her almost dead. He left her completely, and that was really bad. I'd like to hear your take on this story. This story is interesting, and if you read the writer did well to write this story with the emotion. You could see the emotion of this woman, and see anything that Dele sees after what he did to this lady, he deserves it. Trust me, he deserves it. There's nothing, as far as I'm concerned, even though it's curse or even death safe, because what he did deserve deserve everything. Is everything, whether it's curse or beating or whatever it is. As far as I'm concerned, because you can't do that to somebody and you think that you can do, I think it goes scot free. What he did to her, what he did to her, you'll find it in the book. Please get the book and read it. Because I want to really hear. I want us to talk about these stories in the comment section. Or probably I can even make a video about later on and talk about So drop the comment. Tell me about what you think about. If you've read the story, please in the comment section give me your take on this particular story. I want to hear it. First times. That's the next story. First time. You see, in this life, as they used to say, first to do know the pain. First to do know the pain. You see some people, some people, they like to cheat, but they don't like people cheating on them. I can't really understand that. He said, "Do unto others what you want to be done to you." But most people, most people don't subscribe to that. You see, so cheating partners. So I want to say this: anybody who is cheating cannot stop cheating. There are only few of them who will stop. Even if you go them with marriage, doesn't mean they will stop. And this is like my suggestion to a lot of women. See, even it's that you accept that this your partner is a cheat, and don't go along to marry the person, or accept that this partner is a cheat and he will continue to cheat. So if he has been cheating in the dating scene, he will cheat in the marriage. There's no two way to it. A leopard cannot change his skin. That's who the person is. So the guy cheated way from the beginning of the relationship to the end of the relationship. He kept cheating, and every time the wife catches him, he apologizes that he would do it, but still go on cheat, and to the point that he even cheated with the maid. And the wife only found that the day she was about to give birth, the day her water broke, that was when she found her husband cheating with the maid. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? That's thinking about it is giving me, how can being pregnant and the day you want to give birth was the day you found that your husband is just this story, you need to read this story and tell me what you think about. What do you think that the husband deserve? Catfish. You see, this is one of the most funniest story in this series, and and I really like the writing style of the author. I like it. I like it because each character in this story were given an opportunity to tell the story from their own perspective, and I loved it. I love that each of the three of them were allowed to tell the story from their own end, how they see. So it wasn't as if you get. They said that it's good to get story from all everyone involved, and that's what the author did. He gave each of these characters an opportunity to tell the story from themselves, and I loved it. Catfish, it's about this celebrity that was catfished by a young lady, and believe me, it was funny. The story was funny. So I have to warn you that the story is explicit, though it's 18 plus. So if you're not, maybe you have to be very careful. Or if you're a religious person and you don't like to read such story, you have to be careful. And this you have to be careful. This story is it's, but it's funny though because I had the whole stuff went by, and I enjoy. As I said, kudos to the writer for writing in that way, for giving each of these characters an opportunity to tell the story by themselves, not that people telling me before them. So I enjoyed it. So like first hand story from each of these characters, and I really like that style. That style really made me enjoy the story more. I loved it. Kudos to the writer. From Damle Kuku. Each of the story from beginning have different style. The writer was really intelligent enough to show her skill to show the story. She wrote the different style, different point of view. And this one, all three characters that are central to the story had opportunity to tell the story by themselves, and I loved it. I really this is like this is like one of my favorite of the story. If not, I think my second favorite of the story. Yeah, after the love and romantic one. This is my favorite one, and I enjoyed it. I can't wait to hear your take on this story. I can't wait to hear your take, to hear what you think about it. The catfish, the story, catfish. I can't hear what you have to say about this. Please read it and put your take on it. Sidelined. This story is also also got me. This is a sad story. Haven't started a relationship with a lady, with someone, and then only for you after 3 years come to say nonsense after 3 years. This story was nice, was fun, but it ended badly and pained me. You see, some men in Lagos married, stay away from married men. Stay away from married men. Unfortunately for the lady actually did not know that the man was married, so that was Papa. But my dear, some married men do not deserve to enter heaven. Honestly, married men do not deserve, and this is one of those men. This is one of those men. It's Oddie is one of those men. Oddie, O-double-D-Y. I hope I pronounce that name very well. He's one of those men that doesn't deserve to enter heaven because actually broke this Evie's Genevieve. I'm trying to check the name of the lady. So her name is Genevieve. Oddie actually broke her heart because after 3 years and that, how come on, something you could have tell her and allow her to make a decision, but no, you kept it. You kept even she had to find out herself. It wasn't that the man told no. Some men, as I said, don't deserve it. Some men don't deserve, and you have to be careful. In this Lagos, I've heard a couple of stories about married men, but this story you need to read it. You need to read this story about this married man and how he manipulated or how he got this single lady to himself for and 3 years, for complete 3 years. And after the leader find out that this man is single, this man did not even feel bad about it. He was even trying to gaslight the lady into thinking that, oh God, some men, men are scum, total. Men are scum. And this man is part of those men are scum. But yeah, I want to hear your take on it also, like every other story. I want to hear your take. What do you think? What advice will you give to someone like Genevieve or Beard Gang? Yeah, just Beard Gang. So that's like the 10th story in this book, and it's about the story of gay married men in Lagos. So it's no longer news that in Nigeria or in Lagos, most especially, that they are gay men that are married. It's no longer news. Everybody knows. Even though it's a crime here in Nigeria, but yeah, it is what it is. So these stories exploit the story of gay married men, how their wives are coping in their marriage, how after finding out about the sexuality of their husbands, how these various women, the reason why they continue in the marriage and how they are coping with their partners and their partner's partner. If you don't understand what I mean, their partner's partner. For me, I don't know. The story was, guys, I don't know how we're supposed to just that way. I'd like to hear your own take on the story. It's Lagos, and when it comes to sexuality, you never can tell who is who. So yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, I'd like to hear your take on the story. I'd like to hear what you think of it, how the story went, and especially what happened to the women in the story. Yeah, that's the interesting part of the story. So I'd like to hear your take. And please remember, you can put your own take on each of these stories in the comment section, and please don't forget to like and share. I'll be looking forward to your take on the story. Yeah, on this particular one, the Beard Gang or Beard Gang. I don't know why I keep adding the there, but it's just Beard Gang. It's the 10th story, and it's about gay married men in Lagos and how their wives copy. I Knew You is the 11th story in this book. It's the second to the last story, I Knew You. And this story explore the impact of fear, how much fear can impact anyone's life. And it's so unfortunate for Sid. Sid, who is the main character in this story, because he had a beautiful thing and he allowed fear to rob him of that beautiful thing. And so, which as a result of the fear that he grew up with, fear of fatherhood and fear of marriage, that made him lose out on something beautiful that he had, his partner and his child. So, or his children rather, sorry. He had 2 children with his partner, but because of the fear he had, he could not enjoy these things. It's also in the story, you just get to understand more that, you see, if you don't tackle fear, it can rob you of the things that are important to you. Sid was a victim, or sorry, not a victim, or should I say a victim? Yeah, you can also call him a victim. It was a result of a 3-month relationship between his mother and his dad, and then an absentee father all through his childhood. He didn't see his father. His father wasn't there for him, and he grew up with a single mother who he eventually lost at some time in his life. And so that pushed him to begin to nurse a fear of relationship, a fear of marriage, a fear of fatherhood. That the first child he had, rather, the day his partner told him about this child, he ran away. The second day, he ran away. You get, so it's important that whenever we have suffered anything in the past, it's important that we tackle this thing. If not, this the thing that we've suffered will rob us of things that we ought to enjoy and be and thank God for. Which is the story of Sid. Sid had a wonderful partner who loved him. Their relationship evolved and grew to a family whom they have two beautiful kids, but eventually the relationship came to an end because of the fear that Sid no, has been nursing since his childhood. So it's just it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. I enjoyed the story, but because of how the story ended, it didn't make me, as I said earlier in the video, I like I like love stories to have happy endings. It's just me. I mean, I'm a sucker for love, and I enjoy when love stories have happy ending. I it's what I like, but this stories did not have an happy ending. So I like to hear your own take. What you think? Do you think that the lady did right with how he responded with those situations and stuff? I like to hear your own take. You have to get the book first before you have to read the book first. Yeah, but the last story of this book is called The Independence Day. Independence Day, and this story is really centered on rape, and I think stories like this need to be told so that our society we can do better with rape, with rape victims. It's so unfortunate that in our society victims are treated like something else, while the people who commit this crime are protected, while the victims are exposed and are not protected. They are being abused. They face all kinds of evil that they should be facing. For kind of that, these people are the victims. Why are they being shamed? So it's so unfortunate, and it also this story also shows how the impact of this crime. If stories like this are not told, we may not understand the impact of rape. But when stories like this are being told, the society and people we understand that just that act that you think that's small, lingers in the heart of victims all to the rest of their life. Some victims are not able to get over rape till their to their last day on earth. Some victims are not able to get over that just one act that you call just one act, but it has destroyed lives. It has changed the path of people. So stories like this need to be told. I really like the story. I like the writer. I must give it to her again. The writer is a superb writer. You need to really read this book, and I'm looking forward to more of her books recently. I'm looking at, if you have more of her books, please you can tell me about it so I can read, because the writer, I enjoyed her style and the way she told these stories, all of them from the beginning, from the very first one to this last one. And this one in particular, I like the way she really paint the emotions and the situation, and so I enjoyed it. I'd like to hear your own take on it. As I said, it's the last story in this series, Independent Day, and yeah. Hey guys, so that's the story. Yeah, we have done a bit of review. As I said, please mind me, I'm not a professional critic or reviewer. If anything, like if there is a word like that, I'm just a YouTuber. Uh, I read a book and I find this book interesting. I'd like to introduce you to the book rather. If you've not read the book, and for those who have read the book, I would like to take to hear your own take on the book, on each of these stories, your favorites, and what you think about each of the stories. My favorite of the story has to be the romantic one, the Oedipus complex. I hope I pronounced that very well. I'm not sure if I did. I like how that romance story. The story is However, I didn't like how it ended. Like I said, I'm a sucker of love story, but I didn't like how the story ended. I don't like it at all. And the next one I would like to say is the catfish also. I enjoyed that story. As I say, I really really like that story. I like the way it was written. How each of the characters were given the chance to tell the story from their own perspective. I love it a lot. It's a style that I really really appreciate. I like the style that the writer employed in that story. So I like it that all in all, each of the stories are really nice. They're really nice. They are different stories of the realities of women in Lagos, Nigeria. How women have lived life in Lagos, their relationships, the things they've come across, they've experienced. So each of these stories tell the realities of women in Lagos, Nigeria. If you're a foreigner and you've not been to Lagos, with these stories you can have an idea of how women are living in Nigeria. And I'm sure if you're in Nigeria and you live in Lagos, you'll be able to relate to these stories. Some of these, I'm sure you'll be able to relate many of these stories, if not all of them, but you'll be able to relate to many of these stories. So, as I said, yeah, the story is nice. I agree. The story, the book, you can find the book on Jumia, on Konga, Amazon. I think almost everywhere. You can buy them at the bookshop. Any bookshop in Nigeria, you can definitely find the book. And on Amazon, if you're anywhere in the world, you can get it on Amazon. This is the book right here. Yellow cover and then purple back cover. The book is a beautiful book. Yeah. And last, I forgot. I think I've not made mention of the name of the writer. The name of the writer is Damilola Kuku. Damilola Kuku is the writer of this book. She is a great writer. I enjoy this. I love the style that she employed in each of these stories. She really showed her style and her skill in that she did not use just one point of view for all the stories. She employed different point of view, different angles, different style. So beautiful. And it felt like she was telling the stories of some people that she had interviewed or something. I don't know. It seems that these people told her these stories and then she's giving this story that she has heard live. It felt really, really real. Yeah, this stories really felt real. Probably because I'm a Nigerian and I yeah, I've lived in Lagos, although I'm not living in Lagos at the moment, but yeah, I go in Lagos every back and then so. But these stories, yeah, they feel very, 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 very yeah, I feel connected to them, and it's so unfortunate that some of them have sad that in this day and age, some of our women or some people are still experiencing some of these things, like the rape case, as I said, so unfortunate of that, and or like the married man who who is trying to exploit a single lady, or not even who is trying to who exploited already 3 years of the single lady's life. I know, and trying to gaslight her even after she found out, thinking, making her, all those things. Or the married, or Lukman, the first story of the book, who 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 manipulated his wife to sleep with the married man and for their own gain. And after she did, she is trying to gaslight her or trying to make her to the point that she is question the paternity of their only child, who is 6 years, so you can imagine. And the whole scenario happened about a month or two before, you know. All of these stories and this is like I said, are the realities of women in Lagos, and yeah, the stories are nice. So I will encourage you to get this book. Yeah, the book is nice. As you see, it's beautiful cover. I love it. Yellow, the beautiful color, and then to the back here. So yeah, as I said, I'd like to hear your take. If you forget the story, if you read the book, please in the comment section, I'd like to hear your comment. I'd like to hear your favorite story. I'd like to hear what you think of the story or the style that the writer used. And if you've not read the book, I will encourage you to go get the book. As I said, anywhere you are in the world, you can buy it on Amazon. If you're in Nigeria, you can get it through you can get it on Jumia, Konga, or any bookshop, any bookshop. You can get it there. So it's a nice book. Yes, lastly, this is a very good warning. Before you buy this book, I like to let you know that this book, there are very explicit words used there. The writer was really explicit to some things there. So if you are under 18, please, I advise that you stay away from this book. If you are above 18 but you are religious, or you have a thing against explicit words and stuff, I like to make sure that this book contains very explicit content that are very, very vivid. The writer really, really did well to make them vivid. So that's like for you to be able to know what you're getting into. So you won't give the excuse that you went into. Now you know. So to be forewarned. So as they to say, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So you have been warned. Once you get this book and you get it, be ready to read some very, very explicit stuff. Yeah, thank you. That'll be all for this video. Catch you in the next video. Thank you. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you.